Well, hello there, and welcome to the ENDCAST, episode 33 of the English version. Today I don't have a guest, as normally I do, with Orvin, but that's because I got busy in the morning. I got stuff all day, so I'm trying to get this done. By the way, my voice might sound a little funny. It's because I got the flu. You know what's interesting? Twice in a row, counting this year. 2 years in a row, I've gotten the flu shot the day that I feel sick. I know, it's kind of like, okay, why didn't you get it earlier? Well, I was lazy. So anyway, I didn't get the shot, so I got it the day that I felt sick. But that's it. I got it, and it's just a flu, man. I'm still investigating if the flu shot is truly helpful, in a sense, Like, does it do anything? Tell me what you think. Does it help you or not? I just know that 3 years ago, was it 3 or 2? I think it was 2, 3 years. 3 years ago, I got the flu so bad that I literally was in bed for almost a whole week. Just doing nothing. Like, I couldn't. I slept all day, sneezed, coughed, and everything. I literally was a little afraid of how bad it got. So I decided I'm just going to hit the flu shot and see if it helps. But 2 years in a row after that, I've gotten it right when I start feeling sick. So, I don't know, I'm not doing too good of a job at that test, but next year I'm going to get it before. So, anyway, let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome. For the new peeps, we do 10-15 minutes of each section. We got tech, video games, and the games we played section, which is put into 2, the other and games we played. So, I don't think I filled up the games we played this week. Yeah, the flu's gotten me a little slow. But do you like the Super Mario? For the people watching the video, you like the Super Mario shirt and the Mario emoji? Me-emoji? Anyway, let's get to it. The Verge, Minky Chow Ko, Minky Chow Ko, Minky Chow, Minky Q, Minky Q, Minky Q. I guess he's Chinese. I keep thinking of Japanese. Anyway, he's predicting that we're going to have the Apple augmented reality glasses next year, plus an iPhone SE 2 and an iPad Pro with 3D sensor and the triple lens camera. So this is the thing, people. The whole thing with Apple's going to have an iPad Pro update in October, I don't think it's happening. I think this month it's going to be the Mac Pro and it's going to be the MacBook Pro full screen. So, and maybe an iMac Pro update as to internals, But I don't think we're going to see AirPods 3. I honestly don't think so. And even before these analysts like him were mentioned and maybe or whatever, I don't remember if he was specifically mentioned it. But he's got a good reputable source. By the way, this guy is golden almost. I mean, he's golden. Like, this guy is pretty accurate on his predictions, He's got good sources. But anyway, the thing is, I didn't believe in the whole AirPods 3 happening. I think AirPods 3 is going to fly until, I would see it at least a year after AirPods Gen 2 came out. I think USB-C is going to be put into the box, into the charger, and I don't see that happening until next year. Spring, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Or on the iPhone 12, the 12 Pro, the iPhone 12. Sorry. Dang, this is harder than I thought. So anyway, yeah, I think we're going to see it next year. But the iPad Pro with a triple lens, I'm excited for the new iPad Pro, but also at the same time I'm not, because I just bought this iPad Pro 3rd gen about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm not, or a month. So I'm not excited for the new one to come out yet. But if it came out in October, I'd be disappointed. But I don't think it will, so that's why I went ahead and purchased it. I finally had the money and said, you know what, I'm deep in, but I don't care, I'm going for it. So anyway, that's what's your predictions on the Apple glasses, though? Sorry. I think the Apple glasses are legit. I am so excited for AR technology. Apparently my eye doctor told me, yeah, more than likely, like, your eyesight right now is nearly perfect. But I do see signs, and I can tell you. And probably he's just saying it because he's an old folk, but he was saying that I'll need glasses eventually, and I'm like, okay. For at least, I think, nearsighted stuff. Small nearsighted. So I'm like, hey, If Apple glasses come out with AR technology, I want a reason or an excuse to wear them all day. So hopefully they will come out next year and they'll be great. But okay, what the fits? Okay, never mind, guys. So that's that. What do you think? Are you excited for AR glasses? I think Apple's preparing for that with the current technology in iPhones. At least I think. This is what I think. With a chip on the iPhone that detects where things are in the world, chip talk to talk with the Tile-ish. Okay, yeah, October. They're going to release the Tile product, Mac Pro, and my new MacBook Pro, and that's it. But anyway, I think that we will see with that Tile integration, that Tile-ish product, and then the AR glasses and how efficient and powerful our iPhones are, that they're going to have the iPhone, the AR glasses be sort of an Apple Watch at first, where it depends on the iPhone for most things. And then eventually it'll become its own computer, or as separate as an Apple Watch can be. Probably never as separate as an Apple Watch, but you never say never, I guess. But anyway, with voice activation stuff, it might. And the fact that you can, now with iOS, the accessibility feature, which I appreciate a lot, that you can navigate the entire user interface with voice. It's actually pretty cool. So I think not just cool, and sorry about the noise with my nose, and not just cool, it'll be efficient and it'll work. But anyway, that's that predictions for the future. So far, people, let's talk about now prediction. Apparently for November unveiling, they're going to announce the new Tesla truck, which I'm excited. My wife is too. She's actually torn between a Model X and the truck, because if the truck's dope, she's going to want to ride the truck. And I can see it'll be good. Sorry, and so we'll see what happens. Dang it, I forgot to even read that. Oh, yeah, the Roadster, man. Anybody buying a Roadster? Let me know, okay? But anyway, are you interested in a Tesla truck? Because that's why I shared the news with you, because I am. My wife is quite well. But a thing with Catalina, though, real quick, switching to Catalina on Mac. I have been loving it. It hasn't had, I did experience a sound bug with FaceTime. It wouldn't shut up after I rejected a call. I just had to close the FaceTime app and it worked again. But when you're setting it up, at least for me, on the time management section, where you can set the time limits and activate that thing, I activated it, right? I don't set the times. I just say, okay, thank you, this feature's here, okay, good. So I hit continue, and the thing just froze right on before setup. So I'd recommend for that, honestly, I hold 5 minutes, nothing happened, so I just turned it off and turned it back on, and it worked just fine. It went smoothly. So I suggest you just turn it off or whatever. That's why I just got this. But it says it says here, hold down the power button on your Mac until it turns off and then power back on. That's pretty much all you need to do. It'll probably be fixed up by the time you listen to this. This is thing, man, that's been going on the news, and I have not been liking it at all. Not one bit. And it's ridiculous. I understand. It's a hassle. Two things. First, I want to say, the permission request that macOS Catalina is doing, hey, this app wants to access your microphone, this app wants to access your location, this app wants to tell you suck, you don't have enough likes, that kind of stuff, it's annoying, right? And I get it. I also think it is annoying, or it was back when it was Windows Vista. It was ridiculous. But the thing is, it was Windows, man. And those things were so idiotic. They were so useless. The messages would get overwritten by viruses and whatnot. That it didn't matter, man. But with macOS, it has more meaning to it. It still probably can be hacked and be overwritten, blah blah blah. But it has more power to it. That's the main point that I like to point out. I like now. Back then, I wouldn't really care much. But I didn't have that much also on my device, on Windows and stuff. But since it is my Mac, and it is connected to all these things, and it is with me, I want more privacy centered. So right now, those messages, they have more power is what I'm saying, and they actually encompass more, and they work better. But that doesn't change the nature that, they are a little annoying. I won't deny that. But I can live with it. It's a trade-off I'm willing to take. I want to know if this app is trying to use my Bluetooth when it shouldn't even need to, because it doesn't even have nothing to do with my Bluetooth. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. Can you live with it or not? The 64-bit thing, people, come on. 64-bit has been around for the last decade almost. And you're telling me these ridiculous. And for music artists, I don't know. If you're a music artist, let me know why it's painful. You know, besides the fact that the people you're buying products from are being lazy. Like, if they're not being lazy, let us know. Share with us why, besides laziness, it's an issue. Because the thing with 64-bit, it's been announced for forever ago, man. Like, the transition was coming. And I honestly, the start of this year, I checked all my apps and I only had like one or two that were sort of useful. But I just found an alternative quite easily. And I forced myself all spring to just stop using those two. And then by the end of spring, I was forgotten about them. And I was already on 64-bit everything. So I don't, I'm fine. I don't mind it. But let me know what you think. There's an easy way to find out if your apps are actually not compatible. You just go to the fetch. This thing describes it really well. So click the Apple icon, then go to About This Mac System Report, and then hit the software and applications within that window. It'll be on the left side, and you just check which apps are 64-bit or not. It'll say 64-bit Intel, as you know the description. I'm just reading it for people that are not watching the video. But yeah, for recapping, just hit the Apple icon, About This Mac, software within applications tab within that system report window that you find within the About This Mac, and then you go to software and you'll see the 64-bit message or not. So hit that up and get that fixed and get your 64 bits, because 64-bit is the current. It's not the future. It's now. But lots of transitioning. Anyway, PlayStation. Let's go back. Let's go into video games, because we're 12 minutes in, peeps. If you're enjoying it, don't forget. Oh, by the way, just reminding people, if you want to play competitively or just play with people that are casuals or competitives and want to go the extra mile eventually starting next year, sometime, I don't know when, for hopefully going into serious esports stuff, hit up End Team Gaming on Facebook. It'll be End Team Space Gaming. And then on Instagram is without a space. I'm trying to get the one without a... I'm trying to... with a space. Actually, I don't even have an Instagram page. What am I talking about? We're not on Instagram. It's just Edwardo7 on Instagram and Twitter. And then NTeam Gaming on Facebook. And YouTube is Edwardo7. Anyway, if you want to hit it up, join. Let's go. PlayStation controllers are explained, apparently. And this article, I liked it. I just read it because it brought you the history, of all the DualShocks. The dual analog, what was it called originally? The digital controller, yeah. And then, just how it evolved. Personally, never been a big fan of the PlayStation controller, to be honest. And this boomerang effect, dude, like this controller. I remember watching it, like reading the Walmart page when I was just a teenager, being like, wow, the PlayStation 3 looks so dope. Definitely was more interested in that than the Xbox 360, but once the Xbox 360 came out and it was more affordable, because I wasn't going to bust out $1,000 for a PlayStation 3, definitely. I went for that one. But definitely the controller, I never was a big fan of the controller. I do like the design, it's just, I'm not a fan of it. It's hard to explain, And so PlayStation 5, I was trying to see if this article was going to give me the notice if like my Astro C40 was going to work on PlayStation 5. Like Xbox, every controller is going to migrate over. And so, come on PlayStation, let's migrate our controllers over. I don't want to buy another Astro C40, you know what I'm saying? By the way, Call of Duty Modern Warfare comes out in less than 3 weeks, and I am so excited to be able to use my Astro C40 in some real hardcore esports competitive gaming, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, what do you think? Are you nervous that PlayStation won't support him? Do you think they will? I think they will support him, but apparently they're gonna add some legit vibrating HD. They don't call it HD, but it'll be like similar or higher end than the HD that they currently have on the Switch. But the thing is, man, the Elite controller. By the way, this stupid Elite controller, they don't even sell them anymore. At least Best Buy doesn't carry it anymore. They say like they have to order it from a third party. I broke the bumper after 2-3 months again. It's gone. I can still play Gears, and like I said, my sensitivity for aiming and stuff, I'm so used to it. I don't know, man. We have some tournaments this weekend, and We have a tournament that we're gonna get into starting the 1st of November, and that Elite controller can't come any sooner. But it is the 4th of November, so I'm gonna go to Best Buy today, hopefully, and get a credit attributed to this because I have the warranty on it, and they say we can't honor the warranty, but we can give you the money back, and then you can buy the new one and wait for it to come. So I'm probably gonna do that today. Just buy it and get the money back and pre-order the 4th controller so I can go pick it up on Monday, the November 4th as a release date for $180, and hope for the bumper to be fixed because this is ridiculous. That's my fourth? Wait, 1, 2, yeah, that's my 4th Elite controller. 3rd through Best Buy. But anyway, that's my Elite controller story. Microsoft's customer service was complete utter garbage. They said 2 times that they were going to send me the shipping box so I could send it back or label, and never got it. It was a whole pain after hours, literally hours of waiting on phones. And I tried the reason why I tried the phone is because I tried the chat and the email stuff, and that didn't ever work. So I went to the phone, and yeah, it's stupid. I tried 3 times to get it, man. They wouldn't, so I just went to Best Buy and got their warranty, extended warranty. But anyway, what do you think about all that stuff? I don't know. I lost track. Let's go to Call of Duty. Being the biggest mobile gaming launch in history, 100 million downloads in less than a week. In comparison, PUBG and Fortnite's mobile launch didn't even come close, because I think I read this article, by the way. I'm telling you, I think it was 23 something for Fortnite and 30 or close to 40 on. Okay, it's not loading. For what's this one called? For PUBG Mobile, and so that's a lot. And the thing is, let me give me a sense. Yeah. Oh, so iOS though, 56.9 million downloads. And PUBG Mobile and Fortnite saw 28, 22 respectively in their launch weeks. So even put together, they barely reach the number of iOS installs alone. So the thing is, man, Call of Duty Mobile, I'm not a big fan of Tencent games in a sense that they're too big. Like, I mean, they're starting even social, like even health insurance or insurance sections. They have parks. They have everything, man. They have banks. They have social media networks. I mean, they're everything. Tencent is huge. Look it up. Tencent Games. And I'm just not a big fan of the free-to-play model that they, become so popular from. But I'm not going to deny that Call of Duty Mobile, at least from what I've seen, by the way, I'm making a review. I invite you to see it. I'm going to hopefully have it by tomorrow, if not Saturday. But anyway, peeps, like, this game is good. Call of Duty Mobile, from what I've played, it's good. And the free-to-play stuff is there, but it's not pay to win. And to a certain degree, like, it's so at the beginning, maybe. With like upgrades, but it's Call of Duty. The guns really don't vary. Like the stuff you put to a gun's not gonna really give you much of an advantage. The gun it's arcade style shooting, so there's not much depth, skill to it. So definitely just aim and quickness. So for the most part, and so definitely there isn't that pay to win aspect, but they do pop on your head and face, and I don't like that. But then again, if you can survive that, if you can just say, you know what, I'm not going to pay a single dime, you have a full-blown Call of Duty on your phone for free. I haven't paid a dime, and I've had hours of enjoyment already. And so, it's good. I like it. It's worth it. What do you think? Do you like it or not? By the way, talking about a total opposite end of the spectrum, Last of Us Part 2. Here's the thing, man. This game looks brutal, looks beautiful, looks in-depth, looks legit. This game, for me, Last of Us with my wife, she and I played it. I played it first on PlayStation 3, then she played it on PlayStation 4. I haven't played on PlayStation 4, which I should, like, a little bit. It's just I typically don't play, more than once something, or watch something more than once. But anyway, Last of Us is special to me. It's like one of those new IPs that it's rare to have new IPs that are legit masterpieces, or even great. There's some good ones though, but the thing is, to that scale, yeah, it's special. Do you like it or not? Like, it's out, PlayStation Plus, you can have it free, I think this month, and so go at it, Joe. Go at it, Jimmy. Go play it. But anyway, apparently, Digital Foundry watched, they did a tech analysis, and they say it looks amazing. Like, it's stable, and the bitrate that they sent them was so huge. They said it was amazingly detailed, almost like playing it. And so they say it checks off all the check marks, that it looks great at a performance level, you know. And so I think it was 30 FPS, if I remember right. And so I'm not surprised. PlayStation 5 is going to come out. They're going to say, hey, 60 FPS, 4K, boom. There you go. PlayStation 5, you want it. You know you do. You know you want to play Last of Us. So that's what I'm excited about, man. I am excited about the upgrade possibilities for God of War. I want to replay God of War. And I am willing to replay that game because it's that great. But I do need a little bit of an extra push because I'm just a hard head when it comes to replaying stuff that's not competitive. So God of War, 4K, 60 FPS, minimum. I'm good. Like, that's all I need, and I'm set to go. So let me know what you think. What games are you excited to play on the higher end console, PlayStation 5, with higher fidelity on your old titles? Because I'm pretty sure it's happening. If Xbox doing it, PlayStation's gonna do it. I'm excited to play, actually, Spider-Man. I'm gonna play it. I haven't played it yet. I will get to it before the PlayStation 5 comes out. Okay, relax. Shadow of the Colossus would be exciting to play at 60 true 4K instead of that blurry 1080p or so mode that they give you. Anyway, let me know what you think. I want to talk about this. Oh yeah. Before I talk about these two things, man. First, I'm going to talk about one of them. So apparently, according to Cold of Mac, contraband Apple II computers still power old Soviet museum. So guys, that was interesting. Apparently, people like to go to this museum, the Lenin Museum in Gorky Lengisky, opened in 1987. Has a classic monumental feel, blah blah blah. And so it says that it is powered by the Apple II. They have a show thing that's powered by it, and it's an interesting read. I recommend. I'll have the links on the description, but it's just funny. Man, there were so many view things here and there that I wanted to talk to you about, but I didn't write them down. I really need to, because I just see them throughout the week. They're not worthy enough to like go look for them on a news article, because I find them on Twitter. Just people talk about it. Yeah, anyway, I wanted to talk about this thing. It's kind of a negative, not negative, it's just a little too deep. It's not black and white, so that's why I didn't want to talk about it right now, and I kind of was going to let it go. But, so, you know the iPhone app that's going on, and that got, which, by the way, so the Hong Kong protesters were using an app that would allow them to track where the police were. You know, kind of like Waze, when they were used to say, hey, a police officer was there. And it was banned. Then not unbanned. So then it was unbanned. Apple did that. And then the Chinese government or a news outlet was kind of saying, you know, Apple doesn't want to get into politics here and blah, blah, blah. You know, they're messing with the Chinese government. And so Apple decided, you know, let's put our tail behind our ass. And, you know, my nose is so clogged up, people. I really need to go, but I can't even breathe on half of my nose. And so Apple rebanned the app, and you can access this app's content on a website. Apparently, is what I've been finding out online. But anyway, it's just the whole stand when it comes to do you stand up to the Chinese government? Like, Apple were forced to, and they complied. They complied to the government's request to store iCloud Chinese citizens' iCloud data in China servers provided by someone who I don't know. Apple says they have the keys, but you know, all that stuff is weird. They also have banned all VPNs in China, if I remember right, on apps, and then here, you know, they fight the encryption thing. And so there's this thing where Apple looks kind of like the good guy that defends things. You know, they look like a good guy. The problem is the good guy definition is so broad and depends kind of like almost like comedy in a sense, that it depends on who. It's funny to some and funny not to some. And so it's such a complex thing to mess around with that honestly I'm still thinking about it. I'm not going to say what I think because my thoughts are still in the development cycle. And this is the advice I want to give people. When you have something in your mind that is still not fully developed, or at least mature enough past 50%, don't go around asking people online about what they think, okay? Or what you state it out and then you're going to revert. What I'm trying to say is, if you're looking for the answer to have your own personal opinion and what you believe and think on something, first develop it. If you're going to talk to someone to be able to develop it, I recommend you talk to one person or two, close people, and then spread it out in a confined, more safe, private messages with someone. And then as you expand your group to more people than 2 or 4, and then I said that 4 weird, and then you can go to social media and stuff. But I recommend you don't take your thoughts on social media until you are, let's say, at least 50% done creating your own personal opinion on that, because you'll get attacked. You'll have people that will attack your idea, and if you're not firm on it, you're just going to go back to where you were before you posted that, or just confusion land, back to Alice in Wonderland. Everything's just weird. So I recommend you build up that and then bring it up. That's why I'm not going to say my opinion on it. All else I can say is my basis is I'm going to think about it, what I think, because there's too many complex stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to say. But anyway, I do hope, though, on the Hong Kong protests, I am for him in the sense that democracy, I believe that more than communism. I'm not a big fan of communism. So that's my stand on the Hong Kong stuff. That brings me back to the Blizzard thing. Honestly, it is kind of also that I'm still developing in a sense, because I can see Blizzard's point of view. But I can also see the point of view of sucking up to that power, but then you standing up for it. But then a company, you got to remember, a company is a group of bunch of people working together on a common goal. And so a company doesn't mean necessarily that it's sort of that it can, act as fast or as nitpicky as one person could. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this, people? Fire up in the comments. I'm still developing mine and studying out the thingies on how I feel about this specific stuff. I want to know yours once they're fully more developed. And yeah, let's keep going, people. I appreciate your time. The games I played this week, I didn't type it in, but I played Gears 5. I'm actually gonna see if I can get into tournaments this Saturday and Sunday. I streamed quite a bit of Call of Duty Mobile. I managed to go, yesterday was my goal, to go from veteran to elite, and I got it done in 3 hours. And I played, what's the game? Bleak Sword. I got the video up. It's on YouTube, Eduardo7. I love Bleak Sword. And I think that's all. Oh yeah, I played the Splinter Cells, which are dope. I recommend this guy. I gotta give you this guy's name. Crap, never mind. I'll put it in the description. But I like this guy's stuff on history of video games. I'm gonna give you his name on YouTube. He's really good. I've been watching him. They're like an hour long though, so be ready. Anyway, I'm done. I'm just jib-jabbering here. This is Eduardo7. Hope to see you all at another date and have a good weekend. And remember, this episode, it airs every Thursday before 6, but latest 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Denver time. And I love dark mode. That is all.